Hey, I'm Jason with the Inspired Life. I hope you're having an awesome Friday. I love sketching architecture, whether it's something from my imagination or something that actually exists. Yeah, it's kind of my passion. So, thanks for joining me on Sketch Something Friday Night Edition. I'll be on for a little bit. I think I'm going to sketch a Statue of Liberty inspired sketch tonight, maybe the torch. And if we have enough people popping on, I put out some of my original sketches out for bids tonight. So it's kind of my plan. So if you're watching live, let me know where you're watching from. I'll check the comments and yeah, in a few minutes. But I love doing this stuff. So if I'm going too fast, slow me down. I get really super excited. I'm actually headed into New York City tomorrow to do some sketching. I'll share what I'm doing. I'll show you some pictures and sketches. I'll be going to the Museum of Natural History. I have not been there, God, in many, many years. Um, so before I start sketching, I kind of want to show you probably my most favorite sketch I've done of the Statue of Liberty torch. So quick show and tell, and I hope you're having a great, great night tonight. Always feel free to ask questions, leave comments, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I know I get a lot of people watching the replays, and I love that and I appreciate you guys. So here, this is my favorite Statue of Liberty torch sketch I've done. It's really cool. It's on, I think it's like 2 feet long, but I'll kind of panned through it. You could see it. This is Sharpie. We have some ink on here, some watercolor, and some color pencil as well. And it unravels. You can kind of see it here. Um, but this was a really, really fun sketch to do. So I think I'm going to do a torch tonight just to practice and hopefully I get to the Statue of Liberty again this summer. It's an incredible, iconic structure if you haven't been there. All right, cool. So I'll just kind of pan up. You can see it. Boom. So this was done in 2024. All right. All right, so let's do some sketching. And I'll keep looking. And if I get enough people on, we'll auction some original sketches off here of some iconic New York places. All right, let's see. I'm actually going to use that sketch we'll use it as a reference right here. So, just to give you kind of a little pro tip about when I'm sketching, sometimes when I start, I'm kind of stiff. I got to change my mindset. It's been a long day, great day. So I'm just going to kind of really, really limber up and sketch this quick and loose. I'm never trying to sketch anything exactly as it is. It's just kind of my interpretation of how I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. And my sketch style is very, very loose. So let's kind of start with kind of do the base here of the torch. I always appreciate you guys watching live and the comments and the replays. It's so fun to get feedback and to hear what you guys are thinking and what you're up to. So if you're watching tonight, just say hi and let me know where you're watching from. We're going to do the flame up here. And also, let me know if have you been to the Statue of Liberty? If so, what were your thoughts about it? You'll notice I do kind of almost a scribbly kind of technique as I'm sketching here. I go over lines many, many times. It just adds to the loose style I kind of like. And I'm going to throw some color on this too. I'm just kind of sketching an outline here. So after I warm up, I'll check the chat out. Cool. All right, let me add some color to that. So I have some watercolor here tonight. I have this is really cool. I'll show you this color. It's really awesome. It's called Inferno Orange. It's actually this color here that you see, and it has kind of has speckles in it. Boom. Cool. I like to add color and ink on this at an angle so things kind of run down the page. And if you're watching live, let me know. Should I break out some sketches? You guys want to take a look and see what I got out there that I would like to offer up for some bids. I have, I don't know, 200 sketches, if not more, here. Everything from New York City to Maine inspired sketches, lighthouses, barns. I love them, but I would love for them to go to homes where people can actually put them out and view them and enjoy them. I mean, I do enjoy them, but I don't have enough wall space for them all. It's crazy. So that's kind of that Inferno Orange look there. I'm gonna dip into some watercolor, some yellow maybe. And if you're watching, let me know if you can hear me okay, and should I zoom in? I'm always up for some tech feedback. And I'm gonna play around with something else, some watercolor pencils in a little bit. I've used them a few times. They're kind of cool. Actually, they're very cool. They're very messy. Um, so now I'm just dipping into some, I call it lemon yellow watercolor. It adds kind of a lemony zest kind of flavor to it. Let's throw some turquoise. This is my absolute favorite color. I love turquoise, whether it's color pencil or markers. And we're just going to kind of throw some loose on here. Maybe we'll throw some on the torch around here as well. I love when colors, I call it bridging, when I have a color here and a color here and they just connect. I call that bridging, and I just love the kind of colors flowing into each other. All right, cool. All right, let me check in the chat and say hello. We'll let that kind of dry for a minute. Hey, Kai's in the house. Kai, how the heck are you? It's been so long. Hope you're doing well. It's great to see your name in the chat. That is exciting. I love seeing some names out there. I know. I also like seeing new names like Renee Thomas. Renee, how are you? Hello from South California. You've been to New York. You lived there for a summer many moons ago when you were 21. Wow, that is so cool that you lived there. Do you have any highlights or special memories of places you've been in New York City? Love it. I see D-Ray. D-Ray, what's up in North Carolina? D-Ray, how the heck are you? I'm actually going to be in North Carolina next week for my spring break. I'm so excited. I'm going to be in the Charlotte-ish area. I've never been there. So cool. Renee says, I always do appreciate your choices of colors, mainly your bright pinks, yellows, greens, and blues. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, you'll see some of that. I'm going to show some sketches here besides this one, but yeah, definitely could see them on here. Hope the camera's over here. Wah, wah, wah. Thank you so much. This pink is neon pink. It's not watercolor. It's color pencil. This kind of became a signature. I started using it a lot, maybe 2 years ago. Just touches of it. You can see it here and down here. I appreciate the feedback about colors. Kai says you're doing well. I love that. I'm doing great, Kai. I love it. I love school. I love teaching. No complaints. All right, let's break out some sketches. If you guys are interested, great. If not, that's cool too. But here's what I'm going to auction some things off tonight. Let's see what happens. Let's just have fun. We'll let this dry, put it to the side a little bit. I might blot it. Don't be afraid if you're watercolor painting, you can always blot some colors back out. This I'm going to let maybe dry like that. We'll see what happens. I'm going to put it off to the side. Ba-boom. Cool. All right. So I have some sketches here. I tried to pull out some iconic NYC locations. So let's start with this. We're right here. This is a sketch of the Freedom Tower. Um, the actual name is oh my gosh, it's not the Freedom Tower. What is it? I'm drawing a blank. If anybody knows, the Freedom Tower is over by the 9/11 Memorial. It's an incredible building, 1,776 feet tall. If you know why 1776 is a really special number, you could put it in the chat. So this is the Freedom Tower right here. The official name is One World Trade. See, I knew it'd come to me. It's a pretty cool watercolor sketch. Let me zoom out so you can kind of see the full thing. We'll go here. Boom. So this sketch measures, it's a pretty good size. I think it's 8 inches by 8 inches. Mixed media, watercolor. Has some iridescence, some shininess on it. Here's how it's going to go. If you're interested, you can put a bid on it. I'm going to put a timer on for 2 minutes. And just put your number in the chat. I'll watch the chat and see if there's numbers on the bids. When the timer runs out, runs over, that's different. When it runs out, I will see who has the highest bid at that point in time. There is lag on the internet, so what you're seeing on your end might be a second behind, 5 minutes, 2 minutes behind. I don't know what the lag time is. I'm just going to stick to whatever my timer says on my screen and what I'm seeing on the chat. Hope that's cool. So I'll put this up for 2 minutes. Again, if you're interested, put in the bids. So I want to start the bids at I want to start this one at let's say $8. Why not? Let's start this at $8 for this really cool sketch. And look at the timer up. Boom. All right, timer's on. You should see it. 2 minutes are happening. While that's counting down, we'll maybe work on the torch a little bit. So another cool thing you could do with watercolor is let gravity be your friend. It's a great tool. Notice I'm kind of moving the paper around and the color's sliding around a little bit. I like that look. I like the way the turquoise is drying. I'm going to pop some on there as well. So we'll just do that. And after this dries, I'll come back. I'll add some more ink on it, some Sharpie. We'll pull out some colors. Let's throw some, I'm going to throw some green on here. I kind of want to make like a copper, weathered copper look. I'm going to play with green. I love the patina look of the Statue of Liberty. So it has that beautiful color because it's how copper weathers. It turns that patinaed kind of bluish green color, which is a really beautiful color. I'm going to grab some more yellow. Pretty cool, right? We'll just bleed those together. I'm going to throw some orange on here as well. Ta-da. There we go. So I'm going to let this dry. I want to come back and I'll add some lines on top of it, and we'll see how that goes on there. All right, I'm going to put it to the side. One World Trade Center lives to see another day, so this will be cool. I'd love to do a calendar with all these. That would be so awesome. We're going to switch gears. I want to show you this cool sketch. I'll put it out there for bids again if you're interested. Cool. If not, that's cool. If you can guess what building this is, let me know. Put it in the chat. What do you think this iconic part of a building is? Hey, Becky's in. Becky's in from Vermont. Becky, how are you? Great to see you. It's always great to see you as well. Becky and D-Ray you guys have been following me for so long, and it's so cool. I really appreciate it. Appreciate putting up with those lame dad jokes. I always say in school, dad jokes are what get me through the day sometimes. I need to do it. It's worth the groaning. It's worth the eye rolls I get. We all need like a mechanism, right, to keep us going through the day. Um, and dad jokes are one of my secret tools I use to keep me moving along. You know what we're gonna break out? Let's play with some of these watercolor sticks here. You know what? I'm gonna use purple. I need to put the timer on. Hey, Chip's on. Great to see you. Connor's a great idea. Hey, Maddie's in the house. Maddie, great to see you. Hope all's well. Thanks for tuning in. Chip from Charlotte. Hey, Chip, great to see you. I love you guys are popping on. This is so cool. All right, so this is the Empire State Building, the very, very top of it. Not the actual colors. I rarely will use colors that are there in real life. I like to use paint by feeling and motion, have fun. So this is the top spire of the Empire State Building. Super, super duper iconic. Love it. And I'm going to break out another sketch. I'm going to auction these off together if anybody's interested. This is also the Empire State Building, but not the whole thing. You can see the spire started but stopped. So really cool to see it kind of black and white and the color part. So I'll put the timer on for 2 minutes if you're interested. We'll start this off at, there's two. I'll start off at $10. If you're interested, just put it in the chat. Put down a number you're interested in bidding on. If not, that's cool too. I still love you guys. You're awesome. All right, let's start this timer thing. All right. So the Statue of Liberty torch is kind of drying here as I'm talking. I got to start that timer thingy. Reset. Boom. It's on. Pretty cool. So let's play around. Where's that purple thing? Where's that purple watercolor crayon? So these are really awesome. If you haven't used them, here's a couple ways to use them. You could put them on dry, like this, and add water on top. I'll zoom in so you can see it a little tighter. So again, these two are for 10 right here for the Empire State Building sketches. Cool. All right, that's one way you can use that. Another way is you can actually dip. This is my favorite way of using these. I dip them in water because they dissolve. They kind of melt. And then I'll zoom in on this in a sec, but it kind of melts on the page. And I call it scribble painting or sketch painting. I'm really just sketching with this really quick and loose. I love the purple color. I'm going to pull the hand out later with ink, so you'll be able to see the hand shape better. So the first time I went to the Statue of Liberty, all I can say is I was in awe. You see pictures of it all the time, but being there in person, it takes on such a different character. There's something that, I had goosebumps literally when I was looking at the iconic structure and the torch and the book. There's just something about seeing architecture, seeing structures in person that really has a dramatic impact versus seeing a photograph. And that's one of the reasons I sketch. I just sketch to remember those special moments. Really cool, right? Awesome. So here, I'll zoom in so you can see what I'm sketching here on the torch. We'll go to narrow view. Ta-da. I'll hold it up to the camera. So you can see that purple here. We'll bring it up a little higher. Becky says, bright colors give pop art vibe. That is so true. One of my favorite artists of all time is Peter Max. If you don't know Peter Max, Google him. Gosh, he's got to be in the 80s or 90s now. His colors were bright, vibrant. They really popped. So I love that you said that. So here you go. That's what the purple's looking like. I'm going to let it bleed down a little bit. Pretty cool, right? Matty says, your friend Matt isn't able to comment, but he says he loves your art. Hey, Matt, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Nice to meet you, Matt. Let me know what you like. Do you like New York City sketches? Do you like what kind of buildings or what have you seen that you like? Let's break out another sketch. I'm switching gears. We're gonna leave New York City for a second. We're gonna go to Paris, France. I'm gonna put this one out there if anybody's interested. The Eiffel Tower. Have not been there in person. It is on my list for sure. I have a caption on here that says, I fell in love with you. Get it? Eiffel. I fell in love with you. I actually sketched this during the Olympics, the recent Olympics that were in Paris. I was sketching it while I was watching the Olympics, so pretty cool. I'm gonna put this one out there we'll put it for $8. Shipping is like 5, so make a few bucks would be cool. But I just want to get it out there. If anybody's interested in the Eiffel Tower sketch, you can put in the chat, in the comments, put it how much you would auction or want this for, starting at $8. This is a pretty small sketch. It's only 3.5 by 7, so compact, portable, easy to take anywhere, much easier to carry around than the actual Eiffel Tower. Right. All right, so here's the Eiffel Tower. We'll start the timer. We'll go back and do some more work on our torch. You know what? I'm going to break out. Here is my latest and greatest thing. I love to use sketching. Sharpie Creative Markers. Maddie is watching. I had the privilege and honor of doing some sketching with Maddie in class last year. She graduated last year, and I do miss her in the classroom tremendously. Maddie has inspired me and impacted me in many ways. But it was fun creating art and sketches and letting me sketch in your sketchbook. I'll never forget that opportunity. You might like these, Maddie. So these are Sharpie Creative Markers. They dry really quickly. I'm going to bring these sketching with me in the city tomorrow. Let's throw some color on this. Turquoise. This color pops. Let me show you an example on this. So again, if you're interested, this Eiffel Tower one is up for $8. $8 starting. This is Soho Craft paper. It's kind of paper bag brownish color. Look at how the colors pop on this paper. These are creative markers, the red and white. Love, love, love the way they pop off this paper. Looking for some turquoise. Well, here you can see there's some turquoise on there. Got some on here, people at the bottom of the lighthouse. So that turquoise is a beautiful color. So let's throw some down on here. Oh, I was going to sketch an Eiffel Tower. Actually, you know what? We're going to actually do that. We're going to add some of this on the Eiffel Tower. This is me living on the edge, guys. Live streaming. We're just going to go for it. Don't be afraid to add stuff on top of your old sketches and paintings and whatnot. It sometimes makes it fun. It could transform it. So I'm going to pop the Eiffel Tower out with this turquoise color. I got to zoom in tighter. There we go. Cool. You'll notice I do have red, white, and blue on this painting. I used to be afraid of adding color to my sketches because I felt like I had to recreate the colors that were out there in the real world of these iconic structures. So I wouldn't add color because I felt like I had to be realistic. I shifted my mindset, I don't know, 5 years ago, and I'm like, this is my sketch, right? My voice, my interpretation. I can use whatever colors I want. It may sound kind of egotistical, but it's true, right? As artists and creatives, this is our voice, whether you're a painter, a sketcher, a writer, a dancer, baker, athlete, it doesn't matter. We have our own ways of expressing. You know what? This would be cool to do in the turquoise. Cool, right? So I just like it. Just kind of add another layer of color, a little bit of interest to it. Awesome. Uh, Sheila, hey, Sheila's in the house. Great to see you. Sheila says, love the turquoise. Yeah, 100%. Matt says, the lighthouse. That lighthouse was amazing. Matt, thank you. I went through it quick. I'm glad you like the lighthouses. Let me know which one you liked, Matt. You know what? I could put one of these up for out there on the auction block. If anybody's interested, let me know. I will throw one of these lighthouses out there for you guys to bid on. It is on really thin paper, but it's cool paper. All right, so here's our Statue of Liberty torch kind of drying. Let's pull out another sketch. I'm just going to keep going through these guys. I'm having fun doing some show and tell. We're going to skip to my most favorite structure in New York City. That is not a building. Well, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I love the Statue of Liberty too. But this is, man, I love this bridge. This is the Brooklyn Bridge. I've walked across it twice. It was a bucket list item for many, many years until about, was it last year or the year before? I finally got the courage to go walk across this bad boy. I love this bridge. So this is just a simple black and white sketch, which might be my favorite still. Sometimes I love the power of just black and white and all these cool hatch lines. Let's do a sketch actually while we're talking. We're going to let the Statue of Liberty torch dry. I'm going to sketch the bridge while we're talking. So I'm going to put this one out there for bids. This is the Brooklyn Bridge. Totally iconic. If you see my shirt, hold on, let me see if I can stand up. Look on my shirt. I have Brooklyn Industries. Love their stuff. Iconic. So Brooklyn is such a places I've been to are very cool. I haven't been to the heart of Brooklyn, but I do love that. All right, let's zoom out. I'm going to put this one out there for bids. While I'm doing that, we'll sketch some Brooklyn Bridge stuff. This sketch is, the paper is like 10 by 7. It's 10 by 7. We're going to start the bids at $10. If you're interested, let me know. The timer is going to count down to 2 minutes. Whatever the highest number I see is at my 2-minute mark on my end, it will be the proud owner of a cool Brooklyn Bridge sketch. This was sketched in 2023. 10/23. Cool. Hey, KP's in the house. KB says, happy Friday evening. KP, what is up? If it's the KP I'm thinking of, I hope you're doing well, my friend. You are awesome. All right, Brooklyn Bridge sketch. This is my favorite view I'm going to sketch right here. I just call it a 1-point perspective view. We're going to start the timer and we're going to do a 2-minute sketch. So I'm going to fake in a little bit of a perspective here, maybe. Maybe we have the this kind of coming back here, railing on the side. Wish you guys could hear the music I'm playing. I can't play it because it's copyrighted. Maddie, who's in the chat watching, she created this really cool playlist that we listen to. So, Maddie, your playlist lives on. All right, let's do this. I'm going to do some hatch lines. This is called hatching. Kind of adds a little bit of depth, aka scribbling, adds a little bit of depth. So when I say if you can scribble, you can sketch architecture, I truly believe it. Of course, we have the iconic U.S. flag kind of happening at the top there. We'll sketch some architectural kind of people. The Brooklyn Bridge, man, this is another place that just gave me goosebumps when I visited. The views from the bridge are spectacular, especially the views looking towards Manhattan. There's really nothing quite like the views you get from this special bridge. It does tend to get very, very crowded with people, so be prepared unless you're there kind of really early. Pretty cool, right? So that's a quick 2 minute Brooklyn Bridge sketch happening. What makes this iconic or recognizable are these Gothic arches. So once you draw those, this is almost like the letter M. Can you see that? We have the letter M here. Boom. Which is pretty interesting. Hey, Janice is in the house. Janice, how are you? Janice is a New Yorker. Janice, you know all these buildings I'm showing. Great to see you. Becky loves the craft paper for snowy landscapes. Yeah, Becky, this craft paper, this is awesome for showing white. Here, you can see right here. So that's actually really cool using it for snowscapes. I need a bigger desk. KP said, thank you, you're doing well. Funny you posted your lighthouse sketch. Yes, KP was part of a lighthouse workshop I did last Saturday on Zoom. We did a lighthouse sketching lab, and Kat was in the house. Awesome. Maddie says, do you use the YouTube playlist or the Spotify one? I am using the Spotify playlist. Actually, I'm using both. I have the Spotify one here on my laptop, and in school, I have the YouTube one. So I've been using both. It was really funny the other day. Someone's like, why are you listening to all this old music? And I'm like, look, it's not my music. It's Maddie's sick, awesome playlist. So, Maddie, you live on. Very cool, Janice says, fine, thank you. That is awesome. I'm so glad you're doing well. So we got the Brooklyn Bridge here. Maybe we'll throw some color on this one for fun. Let's go through. I'm enjoying this sketch tour. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Here's another. I'll put this one out there for bids if anybody's interested. Another view of the Brooklyn Bridge. Very different view than this one. This is a very cool. I love this one. It has a lot of movement and energy to it with this kind of splatters happening and the dripping paint. New York City has this vibe, unlike any other place I've been. The energy is off the charts. I feel it when I'm there. It reflects in my sketches through the lines, through the colors. Love the vibe. And then you can go to places like Central Park, which I have a sketch I'll show you next. Very, very different vibe, very peaceful. So very cool. All right, so Brooklyn Bridge. This is also 7 inches by 10 inches. I'll put this out there if anybody's interested. Let me know. And also, if you guys are interested in bidding on these now and you see something you like, you could always message me, email me, or if you have my number, text me and say, I really liked that one sketch you showed. Okay? So you can do that too. All right, let's put the timer on 2 minutes. Let's throw down some color on this Brooklyn Bridge little sketch here. Hope you guys are having a good time. Feel free to ask questions. I'm here for you. However I can help you. If you have any comments, that's cool. What are we gonna do? Let's just break out the creative markers on this one. Let me zoom in so you can see it better. And we'll put this over here and start the timer. Boom. All right, cool. Markers are here. You can see I got a bunch of different colors in here. You know what? I'm just going to grab. I like to call this grab and go creation or grab and go creativity. I'm just kind of using what I have. Actually, we're going to use this too. Let's break this out. This is like a cool copper ink marker. Right. I like to leave a lot of white space on my sketches. It allows you guys and the viewers to kind of fill in the blanks a little bit with your imagination. Look at the metallic paint. It looks really cool on here as it dries. All right. No, there is no red on the bridge, but you know what? Remember we talked about before? Make this your artwork. Bring your own voice to it. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, that's what makes it fun. So I'm just kind of showing some of the cables happening. Pretty cool. And then we'll break out. Of course, we got to break out the turquoise. So we got some turquoise happening on there. Let's pull out some yellow I think I have in here. I should show you. Let me show you a sketch I did last night. It's on the craft paper, and just so you can compare, it's actually a similar view to this. It says we can't have some yellow peeps on this. Got some yellow peeps hanging out on the bridge. And I do want to add, just to make this have a little more depth to it, I'm going to sketch in kind of the wooden planks here. I love the feel and the sound walking on this bridge. You can feel kind of the wooden planks kind of moving, creaking a little bit here and there. Obviously, it's very secure and safe, but it just has a real cool feeling to it. And let's just scribble. Maybe we got a little bit of shadow or something happening off to the side. Boom. We'll bring back our hatching kind of shadows here. And I'm going to pull the edge of the outline of the structure out with, I'm going to be brave and just go with a black creative marker. Just pull the silhouette out. Let's pop these people out a little bit more. All right, cool. So there you go. Quick Brooklyn Bridge sketch. What do you use for the white on the craft paper? Yeah, the white on the craft paper is a white Sharpie creative marker. Right here. Where's that craft? I'll bring it out. I'll show you the paper. If you guys want to know more about the tools and I like to use for sketching, I think there's a link in the comments, at the beginning of the comments. If you click the link, it'll bring you to my website page that shows my favorite tools and paper and sketchbooks that I like to use. So definitely check that out. Where's that sketch I did last night? Here it is. So here's the one I did last night on the craft paper, which I love. I like this sketch much better than the one here. I just love the vibe of it. Pretty cool, right? Awesome. All right, let's do some more show and tell. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me know. Do you have you seen like a structure you really like or a building you really like so far? If I was to sketch more New York City sketches, which I will definitely be doing, what is a building or structure you would like to see? Maybe something I could sketch in the future. Um, I'll show another Brooklyn Bridge sketch, and then we'll move on to a bridge in Central Park. Let's see if there's any comments or questions. I'm going to grab drinking some iced coffee here. Janice says, reminds me of fireworks. Yeah, the splatters on this. Yeah, I love that you said that, Janice. Love that you said that. I love when people see things in sketches. Sunlight brings different colors for and shades. Absolutely. Matt says you should visit Mohonk House. Yeah, you know what? Um, that is on my list. I've been wanting to go there for years. Have you been there, Matt? I've seen pictures of it. I think I follow them on Facebook still, so I definitely want to go there. Love that you said that. It's a gorgeous old hotel tucked in a mountaintop ravine. Yeah, it's beautiful. I definitely want to go there. The splattered one. What did I use on the craft paper for the splattered one? Let's see. I might have to go back and rewatch. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one we're looking for. I don't know. Was it this one? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. If you want to let me know in the comments, or I can go back and watch the video. Any of the white you're seeing here is going to be the Sharpie Creative markers. Becky says Flatiron build. Becky, that's cool. Becky actually did a sketch of the Flatiron building, which I actually have. So Becky, I love your Flatiron sketch. I will sketch that again sometime. Really cool. This was a fun take. This is almost like pop art take on the Brooklyn Bridge. It's pretty interesting. I actually started with the colors you see in the background first, before I even drew the bridge. Pretty cool image. So I'll put this one out there if anybody's interested. We'll put the timer on for 2 minutes. Ding, 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 2 minutes. So let's go back to the torch. How's our torch looking? So here's how it's drying. So let's throw down, now it's dried a little bit. You know what? Let's throw some yellow. I'm going to play with these Sharpie markers. So I'm throwing down some yellow on here. Let's throw some yellow maybe on the kind of the flames happening here. I don't like to pre-plan my sketching. I just kind of create in the moment and grab and go with whatever colors are kind of hitting or vibing with me at the time. So I just put that yellow on there just to help show the curve of that torch. Let's throw down some more black lines on here. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. You guys can see that better. I'm going to draw, I like to call these contour lines. I'm going to give they're kind of curved lines that show that the bottom of this torch is curving in a little bit. I do the same thing on my lighthouse sketches. It just adds shape to adds a little bit of sculpture to the shapes. So you know which direction they're kind of curving in and stuff. I'm going to show you, I have a really cool sketch of the Statue of Liberty here. Perfect New York City sketch for Pride. Oh yeah, Becky, that's true. Love that. I never thought of that. 100%. With all the beautiful colors. That's so cool. The 4th of July display was amazing. That's awesome to know. I feel like it's something I would love to see. Probably have to reserve it, like reserve a spot ahead of time, I'm imagining. Let's travel from a really, really busy New York City to a quieter New York City. I'll be walking. I'll be here tomorrow, right? The Museum of Natural History is right on Central Park. Here's a cool bridge I sketched. This sketch was actually done, this was urban sketching. Urban sketching is when you're there, sketching on location. So I sketched this bridge. Yeah, when I was at Central Park. So pretty cool bridge. This was done in 2023. Black and white, simple, no colors. Got some people. You got the arch here. I think it's a really cool little sketch. I love this kind of shape happening. This little kind of swoosh here. Central Park's amazing. If you haven't been there, highly, highly recommend it. A it's a peaceful oasis in the heart of the city, and not always peaceful. It's busy place, but you don't feel. For me, it depends where you are. You don't really feel like you're in the city. Um, in parts of Central Park, a lot of activities going on, a lot of vendors along the mall in Central Park. There are artists selling stuff. There's vendors selling stuff. It's really an eclectic melting pot surrounded by greenery. But anyway, I'll put this one out there if anybody's interested in this Brooklyn Bridge sketch, 7 inches by 10 inches. I'll put it out there for bids. The Rainbow Brooklyn Bridge. Becky, I like the title. I might borrow that from you if that's cool. All right, 2 minutes. If you're interested, just write down in the chat. I will start the bids at 10. If you're interested, put it down how much you would bid on this. All right, let's go back to the Liberty torch. Actually, I was going to show you this sketch. I'll show you after. I'm so excited. My brain's in rapid fire. Has that ever happened to you guys? You're thinking about 30 things at one time. That is definitely me right now. It's all good though. I mean, all good things. I'm just revved up. Where's my torch thingy? So I'm looking for my original sketch I showed you guys. A Statue of Liberty is. I still need to look at reference pictures of it. I don't have it ingrained in my brain yet. It's very challenging structure to draw. Got some kind of headlines happening here. Down here we got this kind of going on here. We kind of have the torch. See, it comes down like this, part of the hand. Cool. I want to pull out some of these shapes here. Kind of lost them a little bit, and it's okay. You can always come back and go over top of what you had there before. Let's throw down some pink. Where is my, here we go. So I'm going to grab just a neon pink color pencil. These are really cool. This is my Lockerbie Quattro. I have a few of them. Holds a lot of stuff in there. Ooh, my point broke. Holds a lot of stuff in there. These come with me sketching all the time. All right, let's throw some pink on here. Let's add a little bit of pop to this. So this is that signature pink color I just love throwing down here and there on my sketches. Can't go too crazy with it, otherwise it takes away from the special poppiness. Is that a word, poppiness? Kind of cool. I'm gonna leave it. I might leave this one for now. I kind of like where it is. I don't want to overwork it. She's way more curvy than most structures. Yes, she is. Let me show you this cool sketch of the Brooklyn Bridge. Not the Brooklyn Bridge. Statue of Liberty. This man's lost his mind. All right, here's a cool sketch. This one is not for bids. Someone might be purchasing this one, but I want to show it to you guys. I had someone message me or post that they're interested in buying this one. All right. I'm gonna make a confession about this sketch. Kind of a cheat code confession. So you might want to listen up to what I'm about to say. I'm online live. I'm gonna admit this publicly. So you may have noticed this is the back side of the Statue of Liberty, not the front. And my cheat code confession is this: I purposely sketched the back so I wouldn't have to sketch the face. I wouldn't have to sketch Miss Liberty's face. The Statue of Liberty face is hard for me to do. Um, might be a mental block. I'm not afraid to do it. I'm trying to know if I have any around here. So I sketched the back. But you know what? I'm sure you guys all knew what this was if I didn't say it, even though it's the back. So when you're sketching architecture, sketching structures, you can sketch them from any angle, any viewpoint, do any part of it, whether it's a simple torch or a backside view, as long as you capture the personality or you select something iconic about what you're sketching. So that's my cheat code. I purposely did the back of this so I wouldn't have to sketch her face. I really love this. And if you notice, on Statue of Liberty, one of her feet is kind of up. Her foot is upturned. Really cool. I love sketching the dress on the statue. It's always fun for me to do. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite sketches. So you can sketch anything you want. You don't have to always sketch the classic traditional views that we see, right? Use your imagination. Cool. All right, so we'll put the bridge off to the side. What else we have left for show and tell? A couple more things we're going to wrap up. We have like 5 more minutes. This is interesting. I pulled these both out to show you because one is a black and white version, one's a color version. So these are sketches of, well, the iconic, we have the Empire State Building in the background, which is cool. We have Madison Square Garden kind of happening here. So Madison Square Garden is happening as well. And then the blocky building in front is Penn Station. So there's a lot of, we're packing a lot of architecture into these sketches, a lot of iconic architecture. Penn Station, MSG, and the Empire State Building. This was one of these, which was sketched on location. I believe I sketched this one on location, but I added color when I came home. So I sketched this when I was there. They were doing construction work, so I have kind of a barrier here and a construction fence going on. This was in 2023, in December, actually. But it's kind of cool to see kind of a similar view with color and without color. I'm curious, can you guys let me know in the chat, which one do you like better? Do you like the black and white version or the color one? I'd be curious to know what you think about it. Matt says you have a very relaxing presence. Ask my high school kids, man. How many of them have I put to sleep? No, I think in the classroom I'm actually overboard hyper. Thank you so much. I appreciate what you're saying. That's so cool. Hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah. You nailed the backside sketch. Thank you, Becky. I tried my hardest. Maddie says, real faces are hard. Oh, yeah. Maddie, you sketch people 100 times better than I sketch people. So kudos to you on that. You know me and my people skills. I still have those sketches you did actually, I might even have them here somewhere, of the hands. Remember the hand sketches you did? I think I have a copy home and a copy hanging up in school. But faces are hard. If you have any pro tips, let me know. But these are really cool, right? So the black and white and the color version, they're both awesome. Can't choose. Thank you so much, KP. That's fair. If anybody's interested in these, let me know in the comments. I have a couple minutes left. You can just message me and say, yeah, I love the Penn Station sketch. I'm interested in buying them. What else? We're in the home stretch. I think I have just one more sketch that I pulled to show you guys. I have this one here. This was actually done on location, New York City. This is the Empire State Building. You could tell I love the Empire State Building. We have the Empire State Building back here. One of the fun things about sketching cityscapes or urban sketching in general is including things like traffic lights and signs, lamps, lights, fixtures as well. It's all part of the vibe. It's all part of the context, the surrounding. It's what makes every location unique, right? So I thought it'd be cool to show you guys that sketch. Chip says black and white is a moment in time. The color version has a tremendous amount of energy. Chip, that's a really cool way to put it. Yeah. So if we look, yeah, I totally see that. You can definitely capture the energy with the dripping colors, the splattered paint on here. Has that vibe to it. Awesome. All right, and we have this this cool sketch here that I did. This torch, just quick torch sketch. What I'm going to do for anybody that commented tonight in the chat, I am going to. How should we do this? All right. So give me a sec. Let's hang tight. I know Maddie may know what I'm about to do, or you've seen me do this in class. I'm just going to put your names on the wheel of names, randomly spin it, and we'll see who comes up. But you know what? Instead of doing that, I'm going to just put your names and pull them out of a hat so you can see me doing it. All right. So who commented? Let me get some Post-it notes. And if you would like, I would be more than happy to give this sketch away tonight for you guys, for your time, for watching. I appreciate you all so much. So who do we have? I know we have Kai. Kai, you're going to go in for the drawing. So Kai is going to go in. Thank you, Kai. Penn Station ones are beautiful. I love those. Kai, that is so cool. I'm so glad you enjoy them. Do you like the color one or the black and white one better? Let me know. And by the way, your brother is pretty cool. He's my academic this year. I don't know him too well, but seems like a decent dude. Becky's in the house. Becky, I'm putting your name on a Post-it. Boom. Who else am I going to put in there? Chip, your name's going on a Post-it. Chip, I am so excited. I am so excited that I will be headed your way next week. And you have no idea how excited I am. KP's in the house. Maddie's in the house. Who else? Did I miss anybody? If you're still in the chat, put your name in the chat. I don't even know. Janice, I don't know if you're still here. Let me know, Janice. Are you still here? Renee, are you still here? If you guys are still here, I'll put your name in the hat. Feel free to sing a song, talk amongst yourselves. Let me know if you got anything cool out of tonight's live stream sketching. I'll be sketching again live. I'm definitely trying to go at least once a week, if not twice a week. Twice a week? Yeah, twice a week live. That sounded weird when I said that. Did I miss anybody that was in the chat? All right, I don't think I did. D-Ray. D-Ray, let me know if you're still out there. Boom, boom. Can I buy the black and white and color version? See you Monday. Wow. You want to buy the black and white and color? Chip. I would be honored. Yeah. I will bring them with me to North Carolina next week. So you talk. Oh, you know what? There was one sketch I didn't show, guys. If you got to go, I understand. I'm running late here. Holy cow! Hold on a sec. Chip, you reminded me of this. I forgot to show you a St. Patrick's Cathedral sketch. It fell on the floor. Here's a really cool sketch of St. Patrick's Cathedral. Oh, Matt, thank you. I'll put Matt in for the drawing. Thank you, Maddie. St. Patrick's Cathedral. God, I love this. No pun intended. Sorry. I love this structure. I'm taking about 20 kids to New York City on a field trip very soon. New York City, We are gonna be seeing this building. I'm so excited to be showing this. Yeah, St. Patrick's Cathedral. I love this sketch. I have sketches so many times. It's so iconic. Beautiful, beautiful structure. Chip loves it. Yeah, Chip, I knew you would. That's why I brought it out. St. Patrick's is iconic. If anybody's interested in buying this one, let me know. St. Patrick's. I'll put this one out there for put it out there for $20. All right, let's do the name drawing thing. I talk a lot. Matt, right? Matt. All right. Now I gotta put them in a hat. Oh, I left. Hold on. If you guys give me a sec, I'll get my hat. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, I'm back. By the way, back here, I have tons of other New York City sketches. I posted a short and a reel the other day with them. If feel free to check that out if you are interested in any of them. They are all available for sale. There are so many. Anyway, I got my hat. Notice what my hat says. It's Brooklyn Industries. I love their stuff. They do not sponsor me, but we're gonna use this for the hat. So let's put everything in there. KP St. Patrick's. I like it. $20. KP. Yes. St. Patrick's is yours. Awesome. I will send you a message, or send me a message on Facebook to remind me. I love that Kai and Maddie are having a chat. That's so cool. I can't express how much it means that you're all here, and how much it means to me, especially having some former students here who I really I love and respect so much. You guys, thank you so much. It means the world to me that you're here. So I really appreciate it. All right, do I have everybody's name in here? It's all in here. Janice, I don't know if Janice is still here. I'll put Janice in there too, and I'll put Renee. They all commented. Anyway, yes, I do have more St. Patrick's. I'm actually looking at an interior sketch. Maddie's like, Mr. Nick, come on, just draw the name. I gotta go. I know, Maddie. One second. Chip, I have an interior. I'm looking at, this is an interior of St. Patrick's I have just right in front of me, actually. So that's an interior of St. Pat, inspired by St. Patrick's. I also have, oh, you would love this one. Chip, I think you'd love this. I have this St. Patrick's as well. This is 7 by 10. Big St. Patrick's. Cool, right? Oh, Kai wanted the cathedral one. Hey, no worries. Kai, I missed it. You know what? Kat, Kai, whoever wants St. Patrick's Cathedral, I have plenty to go around. So don't you fret. I'll take care of you. It's all good, man. You guys, I will take care of all of you guys. It's so cool. I have plenty of St. Patrick's Cathedral sketches, so I got you. So we'll say $20 for St. Patrick's Cathedral sketches. So I got you. Akai, I might how could I do you have I'm trying to figure out how, if you're on Facebook or somehow I'll get your contact information, okay? Maybe Maddie can share it with me if you're cool with that. So I can keep in touch with you. That'd be awesome. All right, Chip, you get this one. Kat, you have that one. Kai, I have another one. I will pull out for you. If not, I will do one. I will do a sketch for you. I know I have them somewhere. So that is not a problem. I'll take care of you. Cool. Wow. St. Patrick's is a hit. That's awesome. All right, let's pull the names out. You guys ready? All right, I'm not looking. And this is for the torch we sketched tonight. All right, I'm not looking. I'm looking at you guys. Listen to the Imagine Dragons, by the way. Does anybody else like the Imagine Dragons? I'm not looking, I swear. All right. Ready? One. I'm going to count to three and I'll stop. One. Shaking them up. Looking at my shelf, which has, I got to clean up. All right, here we go. The winner is not looking. You guys can see I'm not looking. I have a name in my hand. Chip. Chip, congratulations. Chip, you have won yourself a torch. So congratulations. I'll bring it with me next week. I'll bring it with me. So congratulations, Chip. KP says, thank you, Jason. Awesome with cathedral sauce. KP, you're awesome. Love that. Kai says, yes, I'll have Maddie help me get in contact with you. Fantastic. You're welcome. Guys, I want to thank you from my heart. This has been really cool. A little bit different show. Some show and tell tonight. A little bit of sketching. A lot of talking. I know. Thanks for bearing with me. Jen I just saw that Jennifer was here from Arizona. Jen, how are you? Great to see you. Maddie says, I liked barn and lighthouse sketches if those are available. Yes, Maddie. All right, hold on a sec. If you guys want to hang on tight, that's cool. Let me pull out some barn sketches. If I was more organized, I would have wrote names down on these. But I'll watch the replay. Yeah, I have. Hold on a sec. Of course. Barns and lighthouses. These are some other, you can kind of look at these. I'm not going to talk about them, but you can kind of see other sketches here in my pile of sketches. This is a wonky fishing shack. This is an iris. Barns, and lighthouses. I got them here, Maddie. Got them for you. You can tell I'm not organized with my sketches. Here we are. They're down towards the bottom. All right, so here's some barns coming up. Here's a cool barn. Boom. Maddie, if you see any barns you like, just put it in the chat which one you like, okay? Oh, the fishing shack. Yeah, I have a bunch of fishing shacks too. We can go back. Should I do another live stream with barns and fishing shacks? That'd be fun. Here's a barn. Here, this is actually, I really like this barn sketch. This is mixed media. It has acrylic markers, watercolor paint, color pencil on it. Sharpie, of course. Sharpie's a given on all of my sketches. This is I love this. This is a fun little barn sketch. Here's another, Kai, here's actually another wonky fishing shack. They're fun to sketch. I'm going to skip past this one quick because Becky and KP know what this one is. That's from one of the very first workshops that we did together. All right. This is a cool sketch too, actually, guys. Here's another barn, Maddie. So we have this one. I'll show them all on screen. You can just say if you like any of these. If not, that's cool. Here's a lighthouse here. So those are the ones I have just right here. If any of those interest you, let me know. Let me zoom out. There we go. So you can kind of see these all here. Becky loves barns, barn lighthouses, and water towers. Yeah. Oh, wait, I have another barn right here in front of me. I also have this barn. This is actually is a very cool one also. We can close this timer thingy. Boom. All right, so there we got some barns and lighthouses. Um, Becky was raised in a barn. That's awesome. Wait, I can't tell if that's a dad joke or not. Barn raisings. That's cool if you actually were raised in a barn. I love mixed media. Yeah, I have a fishing shack you gave me. Love it. Oh, that's so cool. I forgot about that. Oh gosh, I remember that barn. Oh yeah. We don't talk about this one too much, guys, because well, we'll talk about it anyway. We don't talk about this one too much. It was an exercise in one of it may have been the very first workshop we did that I put on for these guys. Just sketching this roof was a nightmare. It holds a special place in my heart. The infamous cabin, yeah. Have you ever drawn any fire towers? Yes, I have. I have a fire tower in this drawer behind me. Kai, that is a great question. You hear me opening drawers behind me. Yeah, I do have a fire tower somewhere in here. As the man looks for his fire tower. I do. Do you like fire towers? I'm going to give it a quick look. Told you guys I have a lot of sketches here. That's why I want them to go to good homes. It's so sad they're in my drawer, just kind of hanging out in here. I don't know if I'll find it now, but if I pull it out eventually, I can get it. I can show you it. It's not within reach here, I don't think. Yeah. Kai, it's not within reach. It's somewhere buried in the drawer behind me. If I find it, I'll send you a pic of it. Hey Nathan, how are you? Your colors are great. If I saw these at an art show, I'd probably walk away with a handful. Wow, Nathan, that is so cool to hear. You could leave tonight watching with a handful. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. These are available for sure if you're interested. That's so cool. I love that comment. Maddie, did you see any barns here that you thought were cool? Becky said I spent a lot of my childhood in my grandfather's and neighbors' barns, literally. That is so awesome. Wow. Becky's cool. If you guys don't know Becky, she's cool. Everybody in here is really cool. Nathan, it's good to see you. I lost your comment, but yeah, let me know if you are interested. I think these barns are pretty awesome. And we've got the lighthouse there. What else? I think that's it, guys. Unless there's anything else, any other questions or comments. If you guys do want to stick around, I can definitely do another sketch. You can just if you want me to do another sketch, just put in the comments sketch or yes, please. I'll do something quick. If you guys are tired of me talking and sketching, I get that too. It's all good. This is actually a fun. I really like this. This is inspired by the Disney. Disney doesn't own it. It's the Dolphin Hotel on Disney property. Disney does not own the hotel. I love the colors on this. I came back, added those stripy blocks of color after I did the sketch. That's acrylic paint on there. This is a really awesome sketch. Man, maybe out there want to help me work for me and help me sort stuff out. Have a busy summer, that's for sure. Organizing. Cool. All right. Um, Pink Barn, do you see me? No, I see you now. You said Pink Barn. That's weird. I feel like am I missing some of the comments? This cat, did you say was this the one here? So cat, if this Pink Barn is pretty cool if you're interested. I like the multimedia one, Def. This one? Does anybody want to monitor their chat for me? Oh my gosh, I'm missing comments. All right. I'm thinking Maddie was this is the one you're talking about. All right, I'll do another sketch. Yes, that one. This one. Awesome. I am definitely going to go back and watch the replay on this one. Yeah, dude, you have some stuff I love. I just don't buy much online unless it's an easy click with Apple Pay. Dang, I'm not. I don't think I have. I don't think I can take Apple Pay. Venmo. I could do Venmo. KP says yes. Okay. KP. Boom. Cat has excellent taste. Agreed. All right, I'm going to do another sketch. Which should I sketch, guys? Should I just sketch something from my imagination? Should I sketch a barn? Let's sketch a barn. Anybody that purchased something, please send me a message or a text to remind me. I would love that. All right, let's sketch a barn tonight before we head out. This will be the last sketch. I'm going to sketch it I'm going to sketch it on, let's do it on watercolor paper. I was going to do it on the craft paper. You know, let's do it on the craft paper. We're going to do sketching on here. All right. KP said fire tower. You want me to sketch a fire tower? I could do that too. It'll be totally from my imagination. I don't have any reference pictures. All right, let's sketch a fire tower. A chicken. Oh my gosh, Maddie. Maddie, come on. You're killing me. You're killing me. You don't want to see me sketch a chicken. Some of you guys might remember me trying to sketch a giraffe. Here, let's do this. We'll do a quick fire tower thingy. All right, let's do this. I'm going to throw some color down on this. Let's See, I'm not cray cray about the roof. Just kind of make it a little bigger, more of an overhang maybe on it. Maybe a big lookout kind of window here. All right, let's throw some. We're gonna play around some creative markers. You know what structures I really love? Um, I love lifeguard towers, especially the iconic lifeguard towers that are you see like on the beaches along California or Miami Beach. I kind of I just love those structures. I actually did in my other house. I did a design where part of the house was going to be converted and look kind of like a lighthouse tower, not a lighthouse tower, a lifeguard station. I guess I'm thinking of the beaches, so now I'm going like Miami Dolphin colors. I'm thinking of Miami. This is a good song. See how these markers pop on this craft paper? Pretty cool. We got blue, gray. We'll try the gray here. We'll throw some gray on there. Boom. Let's pull out some red. I'm just going to go crazy with the colors. Fire tower. I got some fire colors on there. Man, this sketch is fire. I couldn't resist, guys. Let's add some hatch lines. Oops. Sharpie markers these Sharpie markers do not like to write on wet areas. So do I have a Sharpie gel pen? They work pretty good on wet areas. I don't know if I have any. I don't have any, so that's okay. We'll just keep going. Let's sketch a rail, some kind of railing maybe around here. Got some glass there. Maybe got a glass panel here on the side. Boom. Let's see, I want to do some hatching here. Just create the idea of a little bit of depth happening. You can see by adding layers on top of layers, you can start, your sketching will really start to transform. All right, cool. All right, there we go. Got a lighthouse tower. Not a lighthouse tower. Fire tower. A fire tower with a chicken. Hey, based off your favorite art piece framed in your classroom. Oh, yes, you're talking about my friend Rue. Yes, you're talking about his roosters, his paintings. Um, Dude, let me just say, this year I have an entire wall dedicated to Rue's artwork in my classroom. I've been giving pieces away this year to students, so yeah, you have not seen that, Maddie. The chickens have multiplied in the classroom. Cool. Your giraffe was wicked awesome. Thanks, Becca. You're too kind. Thanks for sticking your neck out for me on that one. I like KP's idea. Boy, Maddie and KP, you guys could be a dangerous duo. I'm just saying. Great memories. Know the sketches. Gotta go. Hey, good night, D-Ray. Great to see you. Have a great night. Know the giraffe. It was great. Thank you for watching. I could totally see the shapes. You should try drawing a building on fire. Totally play with colors with that. I have one somewhere. Yes. I love that idea. That's where these colors, I would use these colors definitely right here in the torch. It's a cool idea. Great idea, Maddie. You guys always have great ideas. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. I appreciate every single one of you. You're amazing. Again, send me a message if you purchase something tonight to remind me. I'll go back and watch the replay as well. Or if you didn't purchase something and you're interested in something, also send me a message. It could be in the comments here or email me, or if you have my number, you can always send me a text or call me. All right. Any other final questions? I think it's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm Jason. I love sketching architecture, love sketching buildings. It's my passion. Besides teaching, I love teaching. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life is being a teacher, but it's also been the most rewarding. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. Let's stay in touch. Have a great rest of your night. I will post things from my New York City sketching adventure tomorrow, and you'll see some stuff from North Carolina next week. Kai, it's great seeing you. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Hopefully we can do it again. KP, always a pleasure. I'm glad you're up and about and you're doing well. Maddie, thank you for being you. We will definitely keep in touch. I have some things I want to talk to you about. D-Ray, you're always so supportive. I appreciate you. And Becky is, thank you for the draft comment. I was longing for someone to say something cool about my giraffe sketch. See what I did there? Becky, you're awesome. We had a couple other people. I think Nathan popped in, and Chip was here. Chip is awesome. Love you, brother. I can't wait to see you next week. I think Monday, right? Monday. Got a big smile on my face. That's gonna be super cool. Sheila was in the house. Thank you. And Janice. This is so cool. Nice variety of peeps. Renee was in the house also. And Jennifer was from Arizona. Jennifer, always great to see you tuning in. Guys, I'm bad at saying goodbye. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Peace. And live creatively. See you real soon.